Perhaps you've been following the news out of Israel in the last number of months about the exclusion of women in private arenas, also in public arenas. And that would include possibly what's been happening in Beit Shemesh. It also includes what's been happening in Jerusalem and the Egged bus lines, and women having to be in a separate area from men. And I think it begs a larger question about where this comes from in rabbinic law. It turns out that it comes from a principle called hadarat nashim, which is the exclusion of women. But in fact, while the word women, nashim, has biblical antecedents, this hadarat, or lehadir, in terms of a word, which means to exclude or to abstain, actually, doesn't have older antecedents, at least such as nashim. And so when we say to abstain from this lehadir, the only root actually it has in the Bible is from neder, which is a vow. And what it means, this hadarat nashim, is a vow to abstain from being near women, which in fact, if you really study the whole thing, is a modern interpretation, and actually it's a modern clause. It's not the case that it's said in the Bible that men and women must be abstaining from being even in contact with one another. The reason I bring this clarification at this time is because I think not only is it very important as liberal Jews to understand where this is coming from, but I think also in context of the entire tradition of Judaism, it is not traditional to exclude women in this respect, perhaps in others. But as I think of a new year, a secular new year that just began, I was just reading an article that said that this is going to be the year in which we go from one extreme to maybe a more moderate place. That when we were so plugged in 2011, it's not that we're not going to be plugged in 2012, that perhaps we're going to be more moderate in terms of maybe taking a break from being plugged in all the time. The reason I bring that up in the context of hadarat nashim is that I do think it's important that we understand the extremism of our own religion in terms of this principle. And so when we understand it, perhaps we can also be part of the solution to moderate it. Shabbat Shalom.